Another day and another practice officially in the books for the Kansas City Chiefs, and the pads are on once again, which means there was some contact in today's practice. Got to see some big time throws, some dimes by not only Patrick Mahomes, but also Carson Wentz, who's looking like one of the best backup quarterbacks in football. We also saw some injuries today to some relatively big players, nothing too crazy, but we're going to break it all down in this video, so don't you worry. Before we dive in though, before we get into the news, the notes, the highlights, the observations from another Chiefs practice, I need you guys to do me a favor and go follow all of the Chiefs media members on X right now, guys. I promise you, you will not regret it, because not only do they post highlights of practice, but also they post breaking news and notes and everything that you want to know. They got you guys covered, and you'll be, it'll feel like you're at practice. That's kind of how I'm, staying up to date with everything. So go follow them on X right now. All credit goes to them in terms of all the highlights and whatnot. So go give them a follow. And with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video. Now, let's start with the injuries. Now, there are a couple of big ones today. One of the biggest ones was to Nick Bolton. He went in with the tackle and appeared to injure his left arm. Now, the reason this is big is because if you guys remember last year, Bolton said that he played through injuries to his left wrist and his left elbow, and getting that healthy was his main priority, and it seemed like it was good until today. We don't really know what the severity of it is, but what we do know is he did miss the entirety of practice after that hit. He was shaken up during 11s and missed the rest of practice. So hopefully he is okay, and I'm hoping that he is, going to be back at practice potentially even tomorrow. We're going to have to keep, in tune and keep an eye on that going forward. But if you guys hear anything after practice, because I'm not going to be able to hear it, let me know in the comments down below about Nick Bolton. We also had, Kadarius Toney went up for a big time catch, came down hard, and went out with the rest of practice as well. It looked like he was bending over, talking to the trainer about his, right lower leg, and they ended up driving him back to the, the facility to get him a little bit more checked out on. So Kadarius Toney and Nick Bolton, two of the biggest injuries today. We did get some good news in terms of injuries. Hollywood Brown, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chris Jones, and Jalen Watson were back at practice. Jalen Watson has missed the entirety of camp so far, being on the PUP, but he was out here this morning just in top shells. He had shorts on, so not a full go in team drills today, but that's okay. Now, let's get into some of the biggest news and some of the biggest things about today. We saw Kingsley retake those starter snaps at the left tackle position. A day after the pads are off, he comes back and is again the starter out there. Looked really, really good. I'm very excited about Kingsley, just because right now he's in that camp battle, but as a second round pick, they expect big things out of him, and so far he's kind of was everything is advertised in practice thus far. We got to see a lot of guys like Jared Wiley, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, and Travis Kelce especially get it going in practice. We also saw an amazing catch by Montrell Washington in this front right pylon for a touchdown. That highlight will be in here somewhere. You'll be able to see that. That was really cool to see. The Chiefs going through some install right now, trying to get more tight ends, running backs, and wide receivers in motion. Also, they're also showing getting them the ball in the backfield, letting them work as playmakers, whether it be an Xavier Worthy on a jet pass, whether it be Hollywood Brown on an end around, or a shovel pass to Travis Kelce. They're really trying to get these guys the football early and often in space. We also got a really good catch, actually a couple of nice catches today by guess who? Sky Moore. Kadarius Toney missing practice today. Sky Moore getting a little bit more reps, and he actually had a really good grab over the middle versus Trent McDuffie. So that was a big noteworthy catch by Sky Moore. He's been struggling throughout the majority of camp so far, but has a big time catch versus probably the best DB on the team. Now, before we get any further into the video, guys, do me a big favor. Hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything, and we're going to be covering the Chiefs throughout the entirety of camp. Not only for preseason and training camp every single day, but we're also going to be live streaming some games on my Twitch if you want to follow over there. there. You'll see the link in the description, but also for regular season as well. And I cannot wait, guys, because Underdog Fantasy, if you don't know about them, you need to go check them out. They'll match your first deposit. You're going to get free money, and you can put in some really nice bets for the Chiefs. I've already been starting to look at their season-long bets, guys. Go check it out. At least sign up, put in like $5, check it out, and boom, they're going to give you free money. And just check it out for starters, right? Use the code in the description. You'll get extra bonus money as well. But with that being said, let's kind of dive back into the video. So Isaiah Gathings was also, or Gathings, you know, I always butcher names. Hopefully I didn't there, but he also went to the medical tent as well with an injury. He did miss the rest of practice, I believe, as well. We had some 9-on-7 run, and we had the first team running backs be Pacheco and Deneric Prince continuing to get more and more first team reps with this team. So that is fun to see, man. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, first practice back. He was taking it with the second team behind Steele. It was Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Ingram, and then third team was Louis Rees-Zammit and Imani Bailey on the third team as well. Rashee Rice has, you know, looked like he's gotten even better shape over the last couple of weeks and probably months of the offseason. The man looks quicker, more elusive. He gets in and out of his breaks so much quicker now. I don't know what he did this offseason in terms of football, but man looks better. Now, the first defense during install was Dana, Pennell. We had Jones, we had George, we also had Leo Chanel, Bolton, Tranquil, Duffy, Joseph, Connor, and Cook. And also, by the way, Connor had a big play today. He had a rep versus Isaiah Pacheco during 11-on-11s where he actually punched the football out, forced the forced fumble, and you'll actually be able to see that one in here as well. Jared Wiley in 7-on-7s made a nasty grab. Very strong hands from the rookie, definitely showcasing, you know, his versatility. Wentz had a great ball to Miko Harmon that got him down the field pretty quickly, and then Wentz had another dime to Nico. I mean, dude, Nico is another one of those breakout type of players that maybe might not be like someone who gets on the field right away, but when you look at this dude's potential, when you look at what he has put together throughout camp so far, man, you just have to look at it and be, you know, in shock, right? I think Justin Ross had a really nice diving catch near the right sideline. We had a Mahomes scramble with a fake behind the back pass, which was really cool to see as well. You know, it's always, Mahomes is always doing something. So they got the ball to Worthy on an end around, again, making or letting him work in space. Montrell Washington had a nasty catch in the back of the end zone. Kelsey was dominating pretty much all of practice in 7-on-7s. Rashee Rice made a big time catch down the left side of the field, garnering some separation, making a man miss, and running down the field for a touchdown. What would have seemed like it would have been a touchdown. Kelvin Joseph made a big play when Mahomes was trying to target Xavier Worthy. Sky Moore made a nice catch. Yeah, but overall, Hollywood back, DBs working hard. We still got a lot of training camp left, but today was a good practice. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, and comment down below. Who do you think will have a massive impact on this team? Do you think it's a guy like Kingsley? Do you think it could be, you know, the former first-round pick in FAU, Felix? Do you think he could have a massive season? Jared Wiley, is he going to be someone to, you know, really start to make a name for himself during preseason? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Check out Underdog Fantasy. Like I said, they'll match first deposit and give you some free money. But with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next Chiefs update.